See, we've all heard of hackers, and we know not to download stuff off the internet. But one thing that's not such common knowledge is how do hackers hack? Okay, so I've done a lot of research on this subject, and that being said, I'm not an expert. I think a lot of hackers start out as students for like IT professions and like programming, so they have the benefit of who knows how many years specialized schooling. That being said, a lot of hackers get into it with no formal schooling. They're just really interested, like it stimulates their mind like a computer game. So yeah, I think I've finally gotten a good understanding of what it is that hackers do, but I gotta give props to these hackers, because this stuff is pretty complicated. Oh yeah, and shame on you for hacking. Badaboom. Okay, so we'll start with the command prompt. That's what it's called if you have a Windows computer. You know, so like if your basic screen display is Microsoft as opposed to like Apple or Linux or something like that. It's also called the command line interface, and I think like DOS prompt. This is where all the wonder happens. Yeah, this little box, when you pull it up on your screen, is like your little portal into the backstage of computer land. See, like there's the stuff that you can see, and then the backstage is all the little pieces that influence everything that you see. It's basically like the backstage of your computer is like the spirit realm, and the stuff that you can see is the natural realm. So everything that happens in the spirit realm affects the natural realm in mysterious ways. Hold on, wait, what do you mean in mysterious ways? Well, you know how like when you eat, the sugar goes into your blood? And then that molecule gets ripped apart and it turns into energy in the form of heat and movement. Yeah. So isn't that mysterious how this molecule, this solid thing from the natural realm, just like turns into something invisible like heat or movement? Badaboom. So yeah, hackers enter into the backstage of Computerland through the command prompt. In this box, they can like type in a command to the computer, and that'll take them to whatever folder that they're trying to get to. That folder might contain all the codes that your computer glides along to function properly. You know, it's kind of like brain cells, only it's like the area in between brain cells and your actual thoughts. You know, like NLP. What's NLP? It's like the code that your brain follows. Once they get into those folders, they can rewire your computer to work differently by switching around all the information in those files. That sounds really complicated. Learning the code is just like learning a bunch of new words. And some people don't even learn the codes, they can just copy and paste the codes that someone else wrote. Here's an example. Say I wanted to create a program on someone's computer that changes the way it works. I'd find the code on the internet, and then I'd copy and paste it into this notepad program. And then from there, I can just stitch it into the computer's programming. So then, how do they get to other people's computers? Well, your computer and the router, which is the little box where your internet comes from, have their own backstage names called IP addresses, and a lot of times they can find you through those, especially if you don't have a firewall. But how do they actually get to your computer? Through cords or wires, or even through air. You know, like how your phone connects to Wi-Fi? How does a firewall work? It basically guards your router. So like when you go out to the internet comes back to you. And if it doesn't come back to you, then you'll get like an error screen. So firewalls will allow data to come back to you wherever you're at on the internet, but they won't allow it to come from like another random source. You know, it's kind of like the bouncer at the door checking IDs. Okay, well, I guess we don't have time to talk about servers and ports in this video, but let me know if you guys want me to make a video about that, because I could probably do it. Again, I'm not an expert, so some of the information in this video could be wrong, but it does kind of help you to get an understanding of what it is that hackers actually do. I love you guys. There's pink on the wall. What are you doing? No, how did you do that? Long to make it function properly. Okay. So yeah.